Hey guys, Jengar here. Welcome to today's realistic review in which we are taking a look at the Chinese P-40E-1 sitting at 2.7 battle rating. Now, I like the P-40s and they seem to have been improved slightly, I feel, especially in the turn time, the maneuverability, but correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't flown these things in a year and a half or something, so I might be wrong, but they feel a little bit better. Just my opinion. Maybe I just remembered them incorrectly, I don't know, but they seem to be a little bit more maneuverable, which I quite liked. Now, the P-40s, as I said, were always planes that I quite liked, especially in the boom and zoom roll. There are some downsides to it as they stiffen up a little bit in the last end of their dives, but overall not bad. In the speed department, the P-40s are average. They are fastest on the deck, but below that they really slack off pretty badly on the higher altitudes. So it is not very good on those higher altitudes in the speed department. This plane can go up to 472 kilometers an hour without whip at sea level and 497 with whip. At 4,500 meters, still go up to 425 without whip and 430 with. And finally, at 6,500 meters, they'll go up to 375 without whip and 377 without. Now, you see that whip doesn't make much difference at above 4,500 meters. It's only 5 kilometers at 4,500 meters, and above that it becomes pretty bad. So there's no power in that, no added power. It's a 2.7 plane, so it's not that bad, I guess. But there is planes with some more with a little bit more oomph to the web, and that can make a difference in stall maneuvers at the higher altitudes. So this plane is best below 4,500 meters, and from there he can do quite well. Of course, there's planes that climb better than this plane as well. The climb rate in this thing is only average, so you are often in these kinds of situations with more maneuverable planes above you that then come and make your day hell, which also happened in this case. And this is now pure survival. As you know this trick with the zeros, you probably often seen them. A good zero pilot will loop over you, get on your tail, and then the plane has an amazing amount of time in which it can stay a long time behind a good energy fighter or a boom and zoomer. That is because the acceleration on the zero initially is better than some of these planes. They need some more time to get up to speed, and once they do, you can extend from a zero, but that initial window is a large window against the zeros. Yeah, we are slowly extending now, but we are still well within his firing range, and he is wrecking us. And I'm just gonna have to go back to the airfield. My team has been wrecked in the meantime, by the way. So this again is a 1 versus many. It's not a 1 versus 9 as with the P-43, but I believe it's like a 1 versus 5 or 6. I don't remember, and a few of them crash anyway, so it's not going to be as spectacular. Like this plane is just going to attack me, but he's already hurt, so it's he can't make the turn anymore. I think he wanted to throw a bomb on me, but not quite there. Or maybe he just... No, that's a J actually. He probably wanted to shoot the shit out of me, and he could have. But he was slightly off and damaged enough so that he couldn't make the adjustment. That's good, but he gets shot down, so... Yeah, not too bad. But anyway, a 1 versus many, always fun. But yeah, the P-40 is not too good in those confrontations with zeros, for example, where the more maneuverable plane is up in altitude, and then this plane needs a little bit of time to speed up. The acceleration is still decent in a straight line and good in a dive, but it's not spectacular in the beginning. The top speed in a dive is fantastic though, with 797 kilometers an hour before she redlines and 860 before she rips apart. So you have a very high top speed in a dive and you don't rip very easily. So it takes a long time, and that is very good. That's a very good dive speed. Is that the effective dive speed though? Not really. The control stiffening starts with the first tick at 500, making the plane a little bit less maneuverable. But at 650 you get a severe second tick, in which the maneuverability is just terribly touched by the compression. And you will not be able to get guns on target anymore above 650. It's going to be increasingly difficult. The compression is really bad at that point. So control stiffening is not really good. It's not bad, let's say, because many planes are around these numbers with their compression ticks, but the top speed in the dive of this plane is much. Funny moment, by the way. We didn't have to kill them because we made them maneuver into each other. You know. And then as a pilot in World War II, you said, well, you can find those two caskets down there. I shot them down. Anyway, 2 kills there. We can't count them, of course, in War Thunder, but they're still dead. So that's nice. That's, by the way, also a terrible moment against a Corsair and a Zero. One more maneuverable, the other faster than you. It's not good. Anyway, but the effective dive speed lies around 650, and after that until 700 you still have a chance to hit somebody, but after 700 you can forget about it. And you do have the window then to get out of the dive, but to get your guns on targets that you dive after is going to be difficult. Stall speed in the plane is 130, which is quite good. The firepower in the plane is good with 6 12.7 Browning machine guns or 50 cals. 2 of them have 240 rounds. 2 of them have 291 rounds, and the last 2 have 312 rounds per gun, so the ammo load is good. You can also equip this plane with 2 100 pounders, a 500 pounder, and a 500 pounder plus 2 100 pounders. So you have bomb loads as well, which is quite nice. Acceleration, as I said, decent in a straight line and good in a dive. Energy retention in the horizontal is good, and in the vertical decent. Your climb rate doesn't really support the performance in the vertical. It's only average, so you really need the energy retention, and the stall speed is quite decent. So, but still, many planes have a very good climb rate, helping with that, and will be able to power up towards you. And you have to be careful judging people's energy state when you go into vertical maneuvers. I would keep it in the horizontal with this plane most of the time, as the turn time in this plane is decent and good with flaps. The flaps only rip off at 640, so that's quite good, and you can outturn quite a few planes with this thing, especially with the flaps deployed. Now, roll rate in the plane again is not one of the strong points in this plane. It's only average, and that makes the overall maneuverability decent. But still, I feel the maneuverability has improved in the plane, and you are able to outturn quite a few planes, especially when you use them flaps. You can definitely squeeze out a few good turns then. You will lose a little bit of speed then, but yeah, most of the time you will already have gotten your mark. Now, the overheating in this plane is not fantastic. It's actually bad. It needs a lot of management, and you will overheat quite quickly using web, so you gotta use that wisely, and make sure you go into confrontations with a cooled off engine. That will definitely help you get through the encounter, because during encounters you usually web a little bit more, and you will overheat if you are not careful. Now, durability in the plane is good. It can take a hit or two. It is quite a sturdy plane, good construction on the thing, and you won't die too easily, which is always nice. But again, yeah, you have to be a little bit lucky sometimes as well where you get hit. You have those matches where you are just out of luck, and that is never fun. But anyway, this Chinese P-40 is, as all P-40s, quite a versatile plane. You have a little bit of bomb load options, so you can use it as a ground attacker. You have a good ammo load with which you can also strafe targets, as we did here, waiting for the final plane, which was on their airfield. And you just have options in this plane. I mean, it's quite a nice fighter to use as a ground attacker because of the performance. The guns, 650 cals, always nice. It's quite good at 2.7, and yeah. But mainly I would use the plane myself. I would use it as a boom and zoomer, and the plane can energy fight a little bit. You just got to be careful. It is not the fastest plane under higher altitudes. So if you are going to boom and zoom, you have to really be patient and make sure you are the highest plane, and you can work your way down then from that with a lot of enjoyment. But it can also mean that some matches you will already have been side climbing for a while, and half the match could already be over. That is the downside in the plane when you are boom and zooming in it. You can also ground attack in it. As I said, there is plenty of armaments to choose from in that sense. You can stay low then and work your magic from there. That can also be fun. Just fly somewhere, drop your bombs. As we see the bomber lift off, we're gonna go for the last few of these vehicles. And we can't let that bomber escape, because if he hits anything, it's gonna, you know, we don't have many tickets left. So that would lose us the match. So we definitely have to intercept that bomber that's flying over there. Just on the edge of the clouds, you can see him there. Next to the airfield on the left side, there's the dot. And we're gonna intercept him. Let's hope he doesn't go back to the airfield. But yeah, I like the P-40. It's a quite versatile little plane with which you can do quite a lot. And that is fun. And that is good. And with the maneuverability it has, especially with the flaps, it is more than capable of surprising people and being a ferocious opponent to fight against for people. So yeah, man, the P-40 in the Chinese line, definitely something I would use to unlock some stuff and have some fun in. Let's see if we can get this Heinkel. Oh, too high, too high. Yeah, that's more like it. Crits. A lot of hits, but we don't get hits, but we were peppering him and we got the kill. Quite nice. And in the end, quite the productive match, I would say. Another one versus Maddie turned around, although we were a bit lucky here and there with that crash between the Zero and the Corsair. Those two guys would have wrecked me otherwise. Maybe not. Never know what kind of pilot skills were there, but man, that would have been more difficult. Let's see what we got in rewards. We've got Final Blow, Last Man Standing, Terror of the Sky, and Bulletproof, 36,000 Silver Lions and 10,000 research points. I'll see you in the conclusion. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. The Chinese P-40, quite nice. What more could you want? Well, there is a lot more that you could want, of course. There's so much more other planes that are fun at 2.7 battle rating. But I've always liked the P-40s, and they have gone from good to bad and been nerfed into the ground and then buffed again. And I feel like they have a little bit more maneuverability again since I last flew the E1. And that is quite nice, quite enjoyable. Before I would have recommended to use it purely as a boom and zoomer, even though it's not the fastest plane on the higher altitudes. But now you can use it in a more versatile role, as you can transition easily into turn fighting and deploy your flaps. And but yeah, I mean, against the Zero that was behind us there, they climb better as well than this plane. You need side climbing most of the time anyway to have a safe start, more or less. If your main goal is to survive, like it is always mine as well, survive first and then go for it. But yeah, anyway, with one versus many, you have to take risks and go for it. Well, with the firepower on this plane and its speed in a dive and the good maneuverability, at least in the turn time, the roll rate is a little bit more average. Nice bomb loads. You have a lot of versatility in this plane, and you can do a lot with it. And I can definitely recommend to fly this plane out a little bit and unlock some of your Chinese 3 with it. It's never bad to fly around in a P-40, I can tell you that. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.